All right, so today we're diving deep into future growth strategies, and you've given us quite a bit to work with here.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got excerpts from Planning for Future Success Studies, visuals galore. Looks like we're going to really be able to break this down.
Definitely.
So we're going to try to equip you with not just what those strategies are, but like why they work, when to use them.
The how.
Yeah, the how with real-world examples. We'll be looking at companies like Dropbox, how they get all those users without spending tons on ads.
Exactly. That's fascinating.
And then there's Airbnb's global expansion. That's just amazing.
And of course, Apple, their whole product universe. How
Oh,
do they do that?
it really is remarkable. Well, I've got our expert here to help make sense of it all. They're fantastic at taking these complex business ideas and making them clear.
I'm excited to dig into these case studies.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I guess every journey needs a solid starting point, right? And when it comes to success in business, that starting point is definitely planning. This book, Planning for Future Success Studies, emphasizes that planning isn't just a one-time thing.
Right. It's a process, really.
Yeah, it has to be ongoing. You got to have that clear vision, then figure out how to execute it and be ready to adapt.
Because nothing ever goes exactly according to plan, does it?
Never. Speaking of vision, take Apple. Their vision statement is to make a contribution to the world by making tools for the mind that advance humankind.
It's powerful stuff.
It is, but notice it doesn't mention any specific products.
Right. That comes later.
It's the execution, the design, the ease of use, the marketing that brings the vision to life.
It's the difference between having an idea and making it a reality.
Exactly. Now, this source also talks about being proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
Anticipating those trends and challenges.
So you can avoid those last-minute scrambles.
Oh, those fire drills, yeah. And instead, you can grab those opportunities before they vanish.
Think about Amazon, way back when they adopted online shopping so early on.
When everyone else was focused on those physical stores.
They saw the future of e-commerce, and that foresight really paid off.
For sure. This book also delves into something we could all use more of. Resource optimization. Making the most of your time, money, and expertise.
Absolutely. Efficiency is key.
Every bit of it matters. And then there's the whole stakeholder alignment piece. Get your employees, investors, partners, everyone on the same page.
Moving in the same direction.
And let's not forget risk management. This isn't just about avoiding problems, it's turning them into learning experiences.
Obstacles become opportunities.
Precisely. But how do we know we're actually making progress toward our goals? That's where measuring progress comes in. We need those milestones and benchmarks.
To hold ourselves accountable.
Right. Now, I think it's really interesting how this book stresses that these planning principles are dynamic.
They have to evolve as your business does.
Right, like adjusting your course as you go. Okay, so we've talked about planning, but what about looking ahead? Strategic studies and projections can help us see what might be coming,
It's all about using data and analysis to anticipate the future.
like peering into a crystal ball, but with more data.
This source really emphasizes understanding market dynamics like consumer behavior.
Supply and demand, how fast is the market growing?
Exactly. You need that information to make smart strategic decisions.
For instance, imagine a tech startup creating a new app. They need to grasp the current app landscape before diving in.
What do the existing apps offer? How's their pricing? Are users happy?
Great point. Recognizing industry trends is also huge, according to this book. We're talking about shifts in what consumers want,
Or those technological advancements that can really change the game?
like the whole eco-friendly product boom or the way remote work tools have exploded.
You got to ride those waves or get left behind.
Absolutely. And underpinning all this is data. The source talks about how businesses are using data analytics to find meaningful insights.
Even AI-powered tools to help us make sense of it all.
It's about turning raw data into actionable intelligence.
And in the bigger picture, it's not just about reacting to those trends, it's about shaping them.
By understanding where things are heading. All right, we've laid the groundwork. Now let's get into the strategies themselves, how companies actually grow. We'll be exploring everything from market penetration to digital transformation, and we've got some great real-world examples lined up.
I'm particularly interested in the Dropbox case study, how they used referral programs so effectively.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's start with market penetration. It's about squeezing every bit of growth out of the market you're already in.
This book gives the example of a coffee chain introducing a loyalty card. Buy so many drinks, get one free.
Encourages people to come back, spend more. Smart. Next up, Market development, taking your current products and venturing into new territories, maybe geographically.
Or tapping into demographics you haven't reached before.
The source mentions a toy manufacturer that successfully entered a new market. The key was understanding that region's culture and preferences.
They adapted their marketing, found local partners, made sure their products resonated with the audience.
It's a great example of how localization can unlock amazing growth.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about product development. Innovating for your existing customer base. Maybe launching a new product or enhancing an old one.
They use the example of a smartphone company that launched a budget-friendly version of their flagship phone.
Makes it accessible to a wider audience.
Exactly. They saw a need in their existing market and filled it.
Keeps people from jumping ship to a competitor with cheaper options. And then there's diversification. This one's a little more daring. You're moving into completely new areas.
This book talks about a toy manufacturer branching out into the booming world of digital games.
Totally different arena, but if done right, can lead to some serious growth. Of course, diversification doesn't have to be a solo mission.
You can form partnerships, collaborate.
Like a software startup teaming up with a hardware manufacturer, combining their expertise to create something truly innovative.
Exactly. And the source also mentions acquisitions and mergers.
Where companies join forces.
Could be to enter new markets or maybe eliminate a competitor.
It could be about acquiring valuable assets, like that example of an e-commerce giant buying an AI startup to improve their user experience.
It's about strategic growth.
And then we have franchising, a way to expand rapidly by letting others replicate your business model.
McDonald's is the classic example, global dominance through franchising.
They managed to keep the experience so consistent for customers across the world.
It's amazing how they've adapted to local tastes while maintaining that brand identity.
And last but definitely not least, we have digital transformation. This one's a game changer.
It's about fully utilizing technology to reshape your business.
Everything from operations to customer experience, even your whole business model.
Think about Netflix's evolution from mailing DVDs to becoming a streaming giant.
They were early adopters of streaming, and that foresight completely changed their business.
A great example of how technology can drive innovation.
All right, so we've covered a lot. Market penetration, market development, product development, diversification, partnerships, acquisitions, franchising, and digital transformation.
Quite a list.
Now it's time to see these strategies in action. We'll be diving into some fascinating case studies from our source material, exploring how companies like Dropbox, Airbnb, and Apple achieve their remarkable success.
I can't wait to unpack these examples.
Get ready for some inspiration. First up, Dropbox and their ingenious referral program, a masterclass in word-of-mouth marketing.
They were facing a common problem, limited resources for advertising, so they turned their users into advocates.
They incentivize sharing by offering something valuable, more storage space.
A win-win for both the referrer and the referred.
It's all about making it easy for users to spread the word, and they did that brilliantly.
Streamline the whole process, easy to share links, no friction.
A great example of how user-centric growth can beat traditional advertising. Now let's shift gears to Airbnb and their impressive global expansion. They're masters of tailoring their approach to each market.
They knew that simply copying their San Francisco model wouldn't work everywhere.
They did their research, figuring out which cities and countries were ready for alternative accommodations, ready to embrace the Airbnb idea.
They didn't just translate their platform, they localized it.
Taking into account cultural differences and preferences, they went even further, engaging with local communities, building trust, which was crucial for their peer-to-peer model.
It's all about understanding and respecting those local nuances.
And that's a key to global success. All right, now let's talk about Slack, a company that's mastered the art of pivoting. They started out in gaming, but when their game flopped,
They saw the potential in their internal communication tool.
and they transformed it into the platform we know today.
It shows how important it is to be adaptable, to recognize when to change direction.
And they didn't stop there. They're constantly refining their product based on user feedback.
They encourage feedback, they listen, they make changes.
They really are a prime example of how a user-centric approach can lead to a winning product.
A product that truly meets the needs of its users.
Speaking of meeting needs, let's move on to a company that's built an empire on understanding what users want. Apple. Their approach to diversification is all about creating an interconnected ecosystem.
It's not just about having a lot of products, it's about making them work together seamlessly.
Their devices are beautifully designed. The software is integrated, and their services like iCloud and Apple Music just tie it all together.
It's that cohesive user experience that keeps people hooked.
It's brilliant. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Now let's talk about partnerships. The alliance between Spotify and Hulu is a fantastic example.
They recognized that their target audiences had a lot in common, people who love on-demand entertainment.
So they combined their subscriptions, offering a package deal that was irresistible.
A win-win for both companies and for the users.
It's a great illustration of how the right partnership can benefit everyone involved.
Yeah.
Now, for a company known for its strategic acquisitions, look no further than Facebook. They've used mergers and acquisitions to expand their reach and squash potential rivals.
The acquisition of Instagram in 2012 was a major turning point.
Instagram was a rising star, appealing to a younger demographic that Facebook is struggling to connect with.
By acquiring them, Facebook neutralized a potential competitor.
They also gained access to a platform perfectly suited for the mobile world.
These acquisitions weren't just about user numbers, it was about building a powerful ecosystem.
Making sure they stayed at the top of the social media landscape. It's a bold strategy.
And it's paid off.
All right, finally, let's talk about McDonald's, the kings of consistency. They've achieved global dominance through franchising.
It's incredible how they've managed to maintain those brand standards worldwide.
You know what to expect when you walk into a McDonald's, whether you're in New York or Tokyo.
That consistency is key to their success.
They've got rigorous training, meticulous procedures, and a deep understanding of how to adapt to local tastes without compromising their core identity.
It's the perfect blend of standardization and customization.
So we've looked at some truly inspiring examples of how real companies have put these growth strategies to work. It's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
The best strategy will always depend on your specific circumstances.
But there are some common threads running through all these success stories.
A deep understanding of your customers.
A willingness to embrace innovation.
The ability to adapt to changing markets.
And, of course, the importance of execution.
And it's important to remember that growth is a journey, not a destination.
It's about continuous improvement, learning, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on all this. What stands out to you as particularly relevant or intriguing?
What new ideas has this sparked for you? We'll be diving deeper into your specific situation in the next part and exploring how you can apply these strategies to your own business.
We'll move from inspiration to action. So, we're back, ready to explore even more fascinating companies that have really mastered the art of growth.
I'm excited to see what other strategies we can uncover.
Let's dive right back into those case studies.
Okay, let's start with a company that completely revolutionized the way we consume entertainment, Netflix.
They're the perfect example of how digital transformation can take a company to a whole new level.
I mean, think about it. They were just sending out DVDs in the mail.
And now they're a global streaming powerhouse. It's incredible.
They really saw the shift towards online streaming coming and weren't afraid to reinvent their entire business model.
They invested heavily in building that platform, securing content, and eventually creating their own original shows.
And that was a game changer.
It really set them apart from the competition.
And gave them control over their content library.
Shows like House of Cards, Stranger Things, The Crown, they became global sensations.
And solidified Netflix's position as the leader in streaming.
Their journey is a reminder that you have to be willing to take risks and adapt to the ever-changing digital landscape.
To stay ahead of the curve. They face challenges, of course.
Oh, definitely. Skepticism from investors, competition from already established players.
And the complexities of navigating licensing agreements and expanding internationally.
But they pushed through, and their commitment to digital transformation paid off big time.
In the digital age, you can't afford to stand still.
You have to constantly evolve, experiment, push the limits.
Now let's shift gears to a company that's known for its strategic acquisitions, Facebook.
Their purchase of Instagram back in 2012 was a bold move.
It gave them a foothold in the visual content world.
Instagram was attracting a younger audience, one that Facebook was having trouble reaching.
So they brought them on board.
Neutralized a potential competitor.
And tapped into a platform that was perfect for the mobile-first world.
It was a brilliant strategic decision.
Expanded their ecosystem, diversified their offerings.
And solidified their dominance in social media.
And they didn't stop there. In 2014, they acquired WhatsApp.
What are the most popular messaging apps worldwide?
A massive user base and a simple yet powerful platform.
It was a smart move, giving Facebook a presence in the mobile messaging world.
And eliminating another potential rival.
These acquisitions weren't just about gathering more users or boosting revenue. It was about building an interconnected ecosystem.
Capturing more of people's time and attention.
A masterclass in identifying and eliminating threats while also expanding into new markets.
It's a strategy that requires deep pockets, a keen eye for opportunity.
And a willingness to make big moves.
It certainly played a key role in Facebook's journey from a college networking site to the tech giant it is today.
Now let's look at a company that's built its success on consistency and operational excellence, McDonald's.
Their global presence is a testament to the power of franchising.
Rapid expansion while maintaining those high brand standards.
Whether you're in New York, Tokyo, or Paris, you know what to expect when you walk into a McDonald's.
That consistency is remarkable.
Especially when you consider how they've adapted their menu to local tastes.
It's that delicate balance between standardization and customization.
They've got those meticulous training programs, the operational procedures.
They've created a system that's efficient and replicable.
Thousands of franchisees around the world, all operating under the McDonald's umbrella.
It's a model that's fueled their global expansion.
And made those golden arches one of the most recognizable symbols in the world.
Speaking of global expansion, let's talk about Airbnb. They've redefined travel and hospitality.
Their growth strategy is all about market development, understanding local nuances.
And building those strong communities.
They realized early on that simply replicating their San Francisco model wouldn't cut it in other places.
They needed to adapt.
Localized their platform, translated content, tailored marketing campaigns to different audiences.
And they focused on building trust within local communities.
Empowering hosts, giving them the tools to succeed.
Creating a sense of belonging for travelers.
Their success in navigating these diverse markets speaks volumes.
It shows their commitment to cultural sensitivity and their understanding of the travel experience.
Now let's turn our attention to a company known for innovation and putting the user first, Slack.
A great example of how listening to your users and adapting based on their feedback can lead to incredible results.
Slack's journey actually started with a pivot,
They began as a gaming company.
but they saw the potential in their internal communication tool and decided to focus on that.
A bold move.
And it paid off. They didn't just build a product and hope for the best.
They sought out feedback, they listened, they iterated.
Created open channels for communication, encouraged users to share their thoughts.
A culture of transparency and collaboration,
This approach allowed them to build a product that truly met the needs of their users.
which is why Slack has become the go-to platform for team communication.
It's simple, powerful, and fosters a sense of community.
Prioritizing users is a key ingredient in their success story.
Now, let's delve into a company that's built one of the most iconic tech ecosystems out there, Apple.
Their diversification isn't just about having a wide range of products.
It's about creating a seamless user experience across those products.
They're masters of making everything work together beautifully.
The devices, the software, the services like iCloud and Apple Music.
It's all connected, creating a closed loop.
Keeps users within the Apple ecosystem.
It's a brilliant strategy that's built incredible brand loyalty.
And their ability to stay ahead of the curve, anticipating trends like mobile computing and streaming services, has kept them at the top of the tech world.
It all comes down to their visionary leadership, their constant pursuit of innovation.
And that deep understanding of how to create products people truly love.
Finally, let's explore a partnership that showcases the power of collaboration, Spotify and Hulu.
They saw that their target audiences had a lot in common, people who love on-demand entertainment.
A perfect match.
So they bundled their subscriptions together, offering a great value proposition.
Music lovers and TV show fans all in one package.
It was a win-win situation.
Users get more bang for their buck.
Both companies gain new subscribers, boost their brand visibility.
It allowed them to leverage each other's strengths.
Spotify's music expertise and Hulu's vast library of TV shows and movies.
A perfect example of how the right partnership can lead to great things.
Wow, what a lineup of inspiring companies. Each one tells a different story about achieving growth.
It's clear that there's no single recipe for success. The best strategy depends on your industry, your target market.
Your resources and your overall goals.
But some common themes have emerged. Understanding your customers.
Embracing innovation.
Adapting to change.
And the importance of execution.
It's important to remember that growth is an ongoing process.
It's about continuous improvement, pushing those boundaries.
Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this. What resonated with you the most?
Which stories sparked your imagination or gave you new ideas for your own business? Let's dive into your specific situation in the next part.
And explore how you can apply these strategies to your own challenges and goals.
Welcome back. We've certainly covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From the basics of growth strategies to those fascinating case studies, and even a peek inside the strategist's toolbox.
Now it's time to bring it all together and distill it into 10 key takeaways, 10 actionable insights you can use to really move your business forward.
I love this part. It's like getting a cheat sheet for success.
Consider it your roadmap for navigating the exciting but sometimes unpredictable world of growth. So, are you ready for takeaway number 1?
Hit me with it.
Planning is paramount. Don't just dream about success, plan for it. Define those goals, outline your strategies, allocate your resources wisely.
Create that roadmap that keeps you on track.
Exactly. Takeaway number 2, look beyond your immediate market. Explore new geographic regions, consider different demographics, think about branching out into new product areas.
It's all about finding those fresh avenues for growth.
Number 3, never underestimate the power of innovation. In today's fast-paced world, if you're not innovating, you're falling behind. Embrace innovation, refine your offerings, experiment with new technologies, and stay ahead of the curve.
Don't wait for the competition to pass you by. Be proactive.
Takeaway number 4, partnerships are powerful. Collaboration can really unlock some amazing growth. Look for those strategic alliances, those joint ventures that can leverage everyone's strengths.
It's about recognizing that you don't have to do it all alone. The right partnership can really propel you forward.
Number 5, mergers and acquisitions can be transformative. Think about acquiring valuable assets, maybe eliminating a competitor or quickly entering a new market.
But proceed with caution. Do your due diligence. Make sure it's the right fit.
Absolutely. Takeaway number 6, consider the power of franchising. If you've got a proven business model that can be easily replicated, franchising can be a great way to scale quickly without a huge investment.
But you need to have a strong system in place for training, support, and quality control.
Maintaining those brand standards is crucial. Number 7, embrace digital transformation. In today's world, technology isn't just a tool, it's a driving force.
It can fundamentally change the way you do business.
Look into AI, cloud computing, data analytics. How can these technologies enhance your operations and improve the customer experience?
It's about becoming a digital-first organization. Takeaway number 8, learn from the best. Look at those successful companies we discussed: Dropbox, Airbnb, Slack, Apple, Facebook, McDonald's.
Study their strategies, analyze their decisions.
What worked for them? What can you adapt and apply to your own business?
Number 9, utilize those practical tools. SWOT analysis, the business model canvas, financial forecasting software, all those frameworks and platforms we talked about.
They can really help you plan, execute, and make better decisions.
Equip yourself with the right tools for the job. And finally, takeaway number 10, don't wait. Act now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan.
Just start, experiment, iterate.
Embrace that bias toward action. Get those ideas off the ground. The path to growth is an exciting journey, full of twists and turns. But by embracing these 10 takeaways, you'll be well equipped to navigate the challenges, capitalize on opportunities, and build a truly successful business.
It's not just about growing your business, it's about growing yourself, pushing those boundaries, and always striving for better. I hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights and inspiration to take your ventures to the next level.
It's been a pleasure exploring these growth strategies with you. Until next time, keep those entrepreneurial spirits soaring.